Match reaction, Brighton 2, Manchester United 1. Your reaction to that game?
Absolute. I'm not lost for words. I'm angry. I cannot believe how we've lost that game. There's many reasons why we lost that game. But to see what I just seen there was just like what I watched last year. Where was the composure there at the end? Where was the talking? They were like rabbits stuck in headlights. Where was the people at the back? It was a disgrace. Very, very poor ending that. When you look at the game as a whole, I thought United started well. Thought everything was going United's way. Then Harry Maguire, seen that last year, didn't we? Time and time again. And then United was under pressure. But I thought the second half, it was both ways. And then to get a goal disallowed, you tell me, anyone tell me out there, if you agree that that goal deserved to be cancelled when for United to be 2-1 up, you don't know football. That was a disgrace. And then to top it off, I'm absolutely shocked. Angry, and I mean really, really angry. I've not been this angry for a long, long time. There was 3 men at the back there, headless chickens running round. Who was the leader? Where was the composure? I'm shocked. I'm angry. It's not Erik ten Hag's fault, that.
Well, will you not look at the team selection, the starting 11, substitutes that he made throughout the game? Were they the correct decisions for you?
I thought the team started well. False 9, played well, kept the ball, looking good. It was only a mistake by Harry Maguire. Should have cleared the ball. I thought it was good tactics. We're away from home against a good footballing side. They've shown what a footballing side they were. Once they got ahead, I thought they were really going for it, and they started the same in the second half, going for it. I thought everything was right. I thought the substitutions were right. There was nothing wrong with it. There was nothing wrong with the game plan. Even when the subs come on and everything else like that, I thought everything. We had the opportunities. The opportunities were there. It's nothing to do with the game plan, why we lost. It was stupidity, mentality, and just out and out loss of composure.
Do you not think, though, in the last 20 minutes, Brighton seemed to have a lot more energy and looked like they had a real purpose, though, in attack, whereas Man United, at times, they just kept on losing the ball as soon as we got over that halfway line?
It was open. I think what it was in the last 20 minutes, it was back and forth. And you know Brighton, listen, Brighton are a good side, good footballing side. They know how to keep the ball. Yes, United were guilty of offside. I think someone said today, oh, it looks like we're going to have to be renamed Offside Man United, because the amount of times we was caught is just ridiculous, to be honest with you. But Brighton, they kept the ball. They know how to play football. United sort of lost the ball, but they were always in the game in that second half. They were always going down the wing. I thought the opportunities from the wide men, the ball getting out there, was quite good throughout the game. They just never clinically got it in there. That's where they were let down. But they did create enough. And when United went ahead and the goal was disallowed, I thought United was the better side at that time. But I think it just lost. I think United lost a lot of composure after that goal was disallowed. And it just gave Brighton a bit of impetus. But there is no way in this world that game we should have lost. There's no way, and I'm very, very disappointed. I think Erik ten Hag will look at it and he'll just scratch his head and he'll think, why did you do that? Run round like headless chickens. The ball should have been cleared. They just all seem to run for the ball and forgot to mark people. How can 3 people be left open at the back post?
I know you say it's not Erik ten Hag's fault, but like you said earlier on, this is a repeat of what we've seen many times last season as well, and many times towards the end of matches where we're conceding goals to end up in a draw and defeats like we've seen today.
But that's on the players. We lost there at the end, right? That was on the players. Nothing to do with tactics or anything else like that. That was players from last year not learning, and they just didn't mark. I thought there was 1 or 2 players looking round, waiting for someone to do something, and it's as though where's the leader there? That's what I was missing. And people might look and say, well, Bruno wasn't there. He's the leader. He was taken off. I was surprised he went off, but Erik ten Hag brought on McTominay for it, and McTominay was up there. He was going for the game. And I did say that sometimes Erik ten Hag last year we lost games because he seemed to want to go forward and sort of win games when really should close them down. And maybe looking at it, you know, when I think of it, maybe he went too much for it. But that does not excuse for throwing away the points by them players at the end.
Some players, well, some people out there might say you should always start with your strongest team as well, and people might point to De Ligt, who maybe should have started over Harry Maguire. That Xerxes as well should have started the game. Yeah, he probably does need that match sharpness, match fitness, but at least start him and give him like the 45, 60 minutes in the game.
To be honest, I didn't think Harry Maguire would start the game. I thought De Ligt would, so that was a surprise. Maybe Erik ten Hag was thinking something else. He might not be fully fit, De Ligt. Xerxes, I understand the reason he played a false nine, played away, wanted to be compact and composed, and then bring Xerxes in and get fitness and that. What is the strongest side? I don't know what is the strongest side because clearly in the second half, you've seen a lot of wayward passes, not working together. They haven't got it right yet, United, and I don't expect many teams to have it right yet. But it was frustrating, the game. It made me angry. It was just so much what I've seen there in such a short space of time just brought back bad memories of last year. Throwing games away, can't afford to throw games away. That was a point there and should have settled for a point. And the mentality of all the team just seemed to be scatterbrained, as though like, just keep attacking, keep running around, instead of being compact, and they lost it. They lost the composure there.
You're not a bit worried as well that we've seen that kamikaze defending at the end, and you know, two of our best centre-halves in Martinez and De Ligt were involved in the build-up there in not actually organising the defence like they should do?
Oh, it's a big worry. That's a big worry. I thought there'd have been more to Martinez, especially knowing that the last few minutes you've got to stay tight, you've got to be focused and everything. De Ligt, you know, you can't really put, I don't think you can put too much on De Ligt. It just come on. And when you look at the play, people were all running around, and I think people had lost where they were. Anthony and Mazraoui and all that. I thought Mazraoui had sort of faded from the game, was out of position a few times late in that second half. It just seemed to be like the mentality was, we just attack, and it all went...
For me, though, in that last 20 minutes, let me know what you think, but it was like the old days, well, not the old days, but last season before, where it's like, you class it as ping-pong football. Man United attack, Brighton attack, United attack, and they need to surely learn to control games better.
Yeah, they've got to control games better. I think it was the mentality of what we've seen last year, where we're going for the win. We're going to snatch a win, where the realisation was, hang on a minute, this is a good side. They're in it here. We need to be settled with a point. We're away from home against a good side, what will be right up there. And really, to walk away from there with a point, I'd have took it before the game. I'd have definitely took it before the game. This is a Brighton side, what's good football. And to accept a point with 10 minutes to go, that's what I think should have happened. And really, Erik ten Hag shouldn't have carried on and sort of allowed the players to be too open and all that. And I think the mentality then got to the players if say, let's all just like attack, and the composure went. And Erik ten Hag really has to look at that again. And I did spot it, and I did say it in my pre-match, saying, Erik ten Hag, don't go for the win. Just accept and take a point instead of losing it. And that is one of the reasons why we never got the top four last year. We lost points. We lost games late on where we should have had a point, and we could have had a chance of being in the top four. And we've started the season off away from home in the same way. Away from home cannot afford to drop points. A point away from home at Brighton, at the end of the year, we'll look back at it and say, that's poor.
Huge work to do and much needed improvement. Liverpool next week. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Smash that like button, and most of all, get your opinions in on that game. Thank you.